Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today we're going to be reviewing the sixth episode, the finale of Moon Knight, coming to you from Disney Plus. So, was it good? Was it bad? Should you be watching? All right, we've come to the end of the road, so to speak, LADI. Moon Knight episode 6 is called Gods and Monsters, and it brings together somehow. It brings the close to this first season. I'm assuming it's the first season. They might have a second season. We don't know. Of Moon Knight. Last time we saw them, they were all in it was all in Mark's head, right? But now we lost Steven, and he got sort of turned to stone, and Mark was in heaven or whatever that afterlife was, and Ammit was just going to do her thing. So the last episode had 40-something minutes to bring it all to a close, and of course have the hero win out. So what do you, Lottie? Do you think they accomplished what they meant to? I mean, not that they accomplished what they meant to, but did they pull it off? Did they bring this bird in for a good landing? And how'd you feel about the episode?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The first 15 to I'll say about the first 10 to 15 minutes, man, that landing was getting kind of rough, man. There was a little bit of turbulence. I mean, I'm gonna just be honest. I feel like that show needed 2 more episodes. I feel like they rushed. They rushed it, only giving it 6 episodes. It should have had 8. I feel like there should have been 2 more episodes because I feel like a lot of the things they just rushed. You know what I mean? They just rushed it. But the final parts of the TV, of the episode, I did enjoy. I really loved the. I can't believe I keep forgetting her name.
Talking about Layla.
Layla, yeah, her getting superpowers and
Yeah.
Egyptian superhero. I was like, yes. And you know what she reminded me of? I was having major nostalgia. She looked just like Tikal from Mummies Alive. Her
Nice.
powers were just like Tikal from Mummies Alive. Literally the same exact thing. And I was just like, the person who watches this show had to have watched Mummies Alive. And I enjoyed it. I love the little banter and I have to say, Steven got the fuck off in this episode, man.
Yeah, he popped off. Yeah, he popped. No, Steven popped off. Now oh gosh, I think I'll echo your sentiments for a while. Like the first part of quarter, 1/3 of the episode, I was just like, what are y'all doing right now? But and I'm gonna say it felt quite rushed. Like this whole episode felt very rushed to me. And it kind of took some of the wind out of the sails of the show for me, because the 5th episode was so strong, and then this one was just like it. Unfortunately they did the Marvel ending. They did the all right. Let's wrap it up, tie it up neatly with a bow, all of that. Even though they did do a few little things differently, but they kind of tied it up neatly with the bow. There's the pew pew fight, but it didn't have pew pew. They literally just had 2 big old gods fighting in Egypt, just like bigger than the pyramids fighting. And there wasn't a huge impact for me for that. I didn't feel the impact of 2. I should feel like, I felt more impact watching Giant Man take a swing at Spider-Man and Captain America Civil War than I did watching Ammit and Khonshu do their giant robot / kaiju fight, and it just was. I didn't feel the impact of that. On the other hand, the fighting, but with Moon Knight and Harrow and Layla. First of all, that was awesome, and also, my God, my biggest pop off moment was watching Layla, and I had gotten spoiled on this beforehand, but it didn't matter. I popped off hard watching Layla, become an avatar, become a superhero, and seeing her just do her superhero thing. She literally did a Wonder Woman type thing where she flew off to save the people from, that car and everything. And she was like, "Are you an Egyptian superhero?" She's like, "Yeah, I am." And I was like, "Hell!" I was clapping so hard. I was going hard on that because like Layla to me is the best thing about this whole show. She's the best thing. She got superpowers. She's just awesome. And my God, if they let that be the end of it for her, I'm just gonna be like, Feige, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? I just like how.
Yeah.
But I feel like, honestly, I feel like I was disappointed in this finale. And I'm disappointed mainly because I wanted them to transcend this trend of just sort of almost by the numbers doing a finale. And they really did it by the numbers, you know? I mean, there wasn't everything that you expect. You ticked off the box. And the only thing is they had a few things to sort of like differentiate it. And there's the twist at the end that I saw from a mile away, you know, about Khonshu and his deal with Marc and Steven. So, and you know, of course they win the day or what have you with Harrow and everything. Well, let me ask you this: does it just feel like everything they did in that episode? I'm like, why the hell couldn't y'all have done this like 3 episodes ago? You know?
Yeah, that's why I said it literally felt like they rushed the final episode. I feel like there should have been another episode. There should have been the 7th episode. I mean, this episode should have been a Layla driven episode, her getting her powers and all that stuff, and her trying to save everything, and you know, give her little spotlight, give her episode. Yeah. The 7th episode should have been an episode dedicated to Steven. This should have been Steven's episode, like when he's lost in the sand. That 7th episode should have been his episode, and Marc comes and saves him, like how Steven saved him. I feel like they should have done that, and then do the 8th episode just like this. It would have been more impactful. Right. You know what I mean? And I just felt like they rushed it. And fortunately, we know that, of course, there's going to be a season 2 because it did so well. They're going to do a season 2. But if there wasn't a season 2, I would have probably given this season finale as probably up there when it comes to worse, up there with WandaVision. Because this was not I put it above WandaVision because I know there's going to be a season 2. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the only reason why. If there wasn't a season 2, I would have put it down there just with WandaVision.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the side. I didn't have fun with the episode or anything like that. I did. It's just it was very much a missed opportunity. And they did so much good heavy lifting. Like they did a lot of great stuff earlier in the show, to just sort of let it down with just a sort of all right episode. And like I said, it had a few pop moments. You know, the whole bit with Harrow at the end, and of course, you know, spoiler, the fact that the third personality was Jake Lockley, and he is in fact more savage than Mark Spector is. I did enjoy that, even though I've totally called that shit like 2 episodes ago. And I called it earlier in the episode when Khonshu was like, all right, I'll let the 2 of you go. So that's all cool and everything, and that there's a promise for another season. I just feel like, man, you guys should have went harder. If anything, I would like for the TV shows to go much harder on their season finales. You know, just go all in, because act like you may not get another season. That's what I would like to see. So, I think honestly, out of all of the MCU shows we've seen so far, it's the finale I like the least. Just because there's just so little done. I mean, not that there's so little done, but it's so rote and so little is actually like impactful. And I've seen it all before, and I wish they would just do better. That's all. Yeah. But definitely more Layla. I mean, she's awesome. So
that's why I said I hope. That's why I said I hope in the future I just don't like the fact that everything is okay and Steven and everything's okay. It just felt rushed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. It was. So well anyway, that's our thoughts on episode 6, the season finale of Moon Knight. What do you guys think about it, and what do you think about what we had to say? Get down to the comments, let us know. Also, you can hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks for joining us on this review. Come back to the channel for more reviews. Got plenty coming in the future. Until then, I've been Mo De Poupe, your resident fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend LADI. We'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.